When a rookie is in the MVP race, you know you've witnessed something special. The middleman in a trio of top QBs, Jayden Daniels rocketed his new team all the way to the conference championship, showing maturity far beyond his rookie status. With a skill set perfect for the modern era, Jayden looks set to put his team in contention for the next decade. So let's talk elite traits and where his game will need some improvement as DCs start to catch up. Out the blocks fast, Jayden already shows an elite understanding for timing and layering throws, showing he has the eyes and anticipation to attack. He doesn't wait for the defense, he takes the fight to them with aggression and a laser arm. These outbreakers are routine for him, able to release at the cut point to attack the dropping zones. His windup is always at the cut, and the ball's out in space to grab a first on first. His ability to throw several steps early made the two-man route concept an accomplished part of the playbook, building a wall of protection and letting Daniels rip it to a spot. Eckler the vet does a great job to crossface and cut down the blitzing backer, allowing Daniels to stay clean and rip this several steps before the comeback. Scary Terry's been praying for a QB like this for years. It's not just to the boundary though. Daniels is fearless across the middle. It's going to be a tight fit to get this dig route in against the quarter's poach coverage, but the play design is there, as is the anticipation. The ball's out before Ertz has even cleared the window, bending it just past the reach of the linebacker, and only a good wrap-up holds this short of the goal line. And he doesn't back down from these throws, even in the biggest moments. With just 10 seconds to go against the Eagles, Washington will empty out and simplify the look, but it's still going to take a hell of a throw to win in condensed space. With the Eagles switching the coverage on the release, Jayden spots Crowder will beat the leverage and break open to the middle window for a flash, throwing this around the mic for the game winner. Aggressive in approach, Jayden was always looking for the killer shot. Combine this with his ability and willingness to throw early, and Daniels could find explosive plays in these ever-complexifying match defenses. Finally providing Scary Terry with a real QB who could put the ball out in front, his deep route running was no longer just restricted to back shoulders and jump balls. The offensive line built the great wall for Jayden, and just because you're in quarters doesn't mean teams can't go long, throwing a rainbow over the top for Terry to run under. Against the Lions, this is just an absolutely ridiculous ball, both in placement and arm strength. Kirby Joseph, the free safety, backpedals to split the two receivers side, and this plays right into the hands of the Commanders' deep crossers. The cover one defense frees up an extra defender to go after the QB, but Daniels is unfazed by the pocket squeeze and incoming rush, needing just an arm to flick it long. How he generates the torque with mechanics like this, I'll never understand. And to top it all off, the placement is precision perfect too. And here it is once more, along with the great read of the shifting defense. The strong safety often gives away the coverage, and with Daniels spotting him shifting down to play the near side flat, and the lurking backer coming on the rush, he can be certain he's seeing a fire zone and has a one-on-one shot on the boundary. Knowing the corner is no match for Scary, the ball's going skyward, and when he's even, he's leaving, getting 61 yards with an effortless field flipper. Here's more great work to decode the coverage and hang in to make the play on a crucial long down. Bowles breaks tendency and calls off the blitz, playing a too-high man and spying Daniels to allow no escape. There's no rush decision when Daniels sees its man, staying in rhythm and ripping another anticipation ball to the dig route. It's timed and out in front for his man, and this is a great throw in a big moment in the playoffs. When you do send the rush, his ability against the blitz is that of a 10-year vet. Many rookies wilt amongst the chaos, but Daniels has shown incredible professionalism in knowing how to set protections and hang in to deliver. This time, the blitz is coming from Todd Bowles, but Daniels is able to walk up and reset his line's protection to make sure he has a chance to release. The line shifts right to deal with the ageless wonder Levante David, and McNichols gets a preferred matchup playing running back on safety, showing more decent pass pro to extend the window for Jayden. The rush is still going to get close though, but there's enough time for Daniels to spot Terry dust his man on the release, dropping this in the bucket to make a statement on the first drive. Against the Lions a week later, he's not fooled by the static look, making sure the half slide is going left to protect him from an Anzalone rush, and the chip goes to the right. Branch blitzes from the slot too, and McNichols is there again able to help, this time, Jayden spots the secondary all back up, so simply finds his back in the flat for the catch and run, with De'Ami Brown eventually forced to tackle his own teammate. Eckler is once again asked to buy him an extra fraction and manages to stall the blitzer's path, but not enough to protect his QB from a big hit. However, once again, Daniels remains as cool as a cucumber, hanging in the pocket under duress and ripping at the cut point, putting this to the perfect place on third down. With the 5-0 scat release protection in place, there's no back staying in to watch the linebacker, and Landon Roberts is going to get a clean run through to the QB. But clean rushers only seem to focus Daniels' attention more, as he hangs in and delivers a beauty, dropping this over the outstretched arm of the corner into the bucket on the sideline for Terry to toe tap in. Elite placement. And here's one of the best plays of the year and one of his biggest moments. The Lions fool the protection and get a linebacker screaming through the B gap untouched on fourth down. But Daniels' confidence and understanding never wavers, staying tall and delivering a calm ball out in front of the drag route, allowing his man to run into the ball and turn upfield for the first. Masterful work. And this isn't a one-time occurrence. He consistently shows up in the biggest moments. He's an absolute gamer, proving the lights weren't too bright, but spotlights for his own center stage show. It's 3rd and 7 with just 2 minutes remaining, and the Commanders are up 5. But with his defense having only stopped Burrow scoring on one drive this game, a field goal is unlikely to be enough. The Bengals sell out with the cover 0, expecting to cause panic in the rookie and force the ball out hot. But Daniels knows one way to attack 0 is with the jailbreak option, going right over the top. Geno Stone comes free on the blitz, but Daniels never backs down, standing tall even though he's going to get crunched, and delivers a dime to the back corner of the end zone. The ball's out with Terry still 3 yards behind his man and 30 yards from its landing zone, trusting his teammate with incredible anticipation. Against Atlanta, his defense couldn't hold leading to overtime, but Daniels chewed up almost the whole clock and field, bringing it down to the 2, where he would deliver another game winner. It's a Cliff Kingsbury favorite, the follow concept, using routes to clear space for an angle route behind, and Daniels times it perfectly, putting it out in front for Ertz to stretch away from the tight coverage, threading the needle in the red area for the win. And who can forget the Hail Mary against the Bears? Yeah, some of this is down to the Bears coaching staff allowing them to get to this position and not calling a timeout when their corner was being a goofy and jeering at the fans, but all props to Daniels for buying the time and creating the space to launch this skyward, one of 4 game winners this season. And this is all before we've got to his movement skills. We talked late last season about the need to be mobile in the modern game, and Daniels dazzles here with wizardry to escape near certain sacks, chunking yardage even when defenses play disciplined. It's extremely frustrating playing against guys like this as a DC, because you can seemingly call the perfect coverage and have everyone do their job, and he just escapes the pocket and punishes you anyway. Third down drastically cuts down the number of coverages you can run, and man coverage makes sense with the condensed space. But against a scrambler like Daniels, good luck. With nobody robbing the middle of the field and no spy in place, Daniels vacates when everyone's locked up, bouncing free of the heavy rush, and he has the wheels to turn the corner and beat everyone to the marker. And even when there's someone to stop him, Daniels has moves to glue you to the floor, making TJ Edwards question his life choices as he dances around him for the long third down pickup. His wheels give Cliff Kingsbury plenty of design creativity too, with design runs being a crucial component of the playbook in short downs. Adding an extra blocker with the zone read means the Commanders are +1 when the game is at its toughest, and even if your end does a good job to read it and try to send the ball with the back, Daniels will dance on you. And this arc motion block of the zone read was highly effective for them, getting his wheels to the edge and allowing them to take chunks of 20 at a time. While the subject of Kingsbury is upon us, let's give him some deserved flowers, because I doubted this combo even though I was very high on Daniels. Go watch our breakdown over on Patreon. No SEC filmed allowed on YouTube, sadly. But he's definitely self-scouted and taking note of what he was doing wrong in Arizona. Washington were far more variable with their use of formations and personnel packages last year, And after Twitter successfully bullied him into moving Scary Terry around more, the offense became very difficult to match up against. They're still running a similar pool of 25 designs as their base, the usual air raid stuff, Y cross, mesh, shallow, follow, but the window dressing and personnel deployment has been much better this year, giving defenses more to try and decipher, and winning back some of the schematic advantages. Hey man, credit where credit's due. Shout out to you, Cliff. This video is sponsored by us and our Patreon. Thinking Football videos take an age to research, write, and edit, and is only possible with the help of our amazing audience. For just $1 a month, you can join our Discord server where the TF team talk ball with the great community of tape junkies, as well as go through ideas for future videos. For just $5, you get access to all our videos early, as well as all of our SEC breakdowns and old college videos that sadly got taken off YouTube. If you're not in a place to financially support us, we totally get it. In which case, liking, commenting, subscribing, and sharing our videos with your friends and football lovers really would mean the world to us. Thank you to our amazing audience for continuing to support the channel. Like any rookie, there are going to be some areas that they fall short in, and Daniels is no exception. Although none of these are deal-breaking, they are areas he's going to need to improve in if he wants to be seen in that top tier of QBs for the next decade. Daniels' first problem is a tendency to drop his eyes under certain rushes. While he was elite against the Blitz, 4-man rushes that cause some internal pocket pushing could see the rook drop his focus too often, choosing to back his legs when a slide and find would be more advantageous. Stunts and twists where the pressure was picked up were particularly effective. Look for this and simulated pressures. That's showing 4 but sending a different 4 to be employed extensively early next season as DCs try to match his ability versus the Blitz, but still cause that eye confusion. Instead of giving Daniels the chance to attack a one-on-one matchup versus the Blitz, show many, but only send 4. This gets a clear man through this time, but instead of Daniels having a mismatch to attack, a dropping backer feels the hook space, completely fooling Daniels into the throw, which ends up with possession going the other way. Here, the sim blitz gets him again. He misses the hot route and quick ball against the middle, then doesn't trust the line to pick up the late blitz, vacating the pocket only to make a rookie mistake, not letting the play die and trying to do too much on third. That might work in college, but this will almost always result in a pick in the NFL. As mentioned, muddy pockets could also cause some eye confusion, with him not always stepping up to find the soft space. Backed way up, Cliff calls a deep crossers concept to attack the Eagles' dropping zones, and it's going to come open for his boy Scary Terry, but Daniels feels the rush in an unusual way and finds himself scrambling instead of releasing. There's no step up when he reaches the top of the dropback, failing to find the soft spot, giving Josh Sweat a clearer angle to rush and bring pressure, forcing his eyes down and into scramble mode too early. When the rush comes hard around the edge here, he steps up, but doesn't keep his eyes up for long enough, again going into escape mode too quickly. Under clear rushes, it seems to focus his mind, but on plays like this where the O-line do a good job but the look is muddy, his eyes can drop, missing McCaffrey across the middle and having to leave the pocket before he sees it. This is too late in the NFL, and the corner is able to recover and break it up. Here, the great Eagles rush can disturb the pocket with just a 4-man rush, and it's not his initial read that's wrong here, but his eyes on the step up. Ideally, he'd calmly step up and find an open man for the first, but with the rush coming hard, I understand his want to scramble. However, his eyes need to stay up until he's committed his legs as the number 1 option. Here, missing his tight end open past the sticks, coming up a yard short himself. And here it is again against the Bears. He needs to stand in longer to find the backside dig, but a strong push through the A-gap causes him to start sliding too early. On third, his eyes are again on the line to gain, missing his tight end open past the sticks, again getting tackled a yard short. And here it is again against Cleveland. He beats the end and has the first down, but his eyes never get up into the secondary, where he would have seen McLaurin wide open for a score. Of the rookie QB class, Daniels has had the most consistent footwork on dropbacks, and with rhythm and fundamentals tying so much to delivery, success has come with it. However, one fault in his mechanics comes at the release point, where Daniels finds himself rocking back on release. This can really affect the momentum he delivers through the football, causing online balls to either fly long or flutter at the feet of his receivers. Luke McCaffrey is going to get wide open against the Eagles' cover 3 and looks back expecting the ball with a wide open middle window. But watch Jayden's mechanics. He's drifting back despite throwing forward, not rotating fully, leading to a loss of power. And when he compensates with just the arm, he ends up sailing it way long, straight into the basket of CJ. You can see it here against the Browns too. Jayden does a great job to read the inverted cover 2, and there's a chance to punish them with the post ball to his tight end. But watch his momentum on the release. He starts on the end of Commanders, but almost ends up out the back of the end zone by the time he's finished his follow through, losing rotation and control and sailing another ball long. The problem of just using your arm is it's much harder to gauge how much power you need to put on the ball. And even if your reads are good, it's much harder to get the ball there consistently. It's a good read here against the Eagles, but without the step through, he might find the accurate line, but doesn't put anywhere near enough on it, leaving it at the feet of his receiver. And here it is against the Bears. The concept gets the wheel route open, but Daniels doesn't get enough zip behind it with a poor rotation, leaving this at the feet of his man and missing the chunk play. And like many a rookie QB, his reading of the defense isn't always pristine. A poor read of the formation has Daniels missing the split zone man coverage, choosing to attack the 3 receiver into 4 defenders side, and missing a wide open slant by Scary Terry. Furthermore, it's not man like he expects, and JOK makes an incredible reach stepping in front for the interception. And here, he's too nervous and too greedy to take a shot. The center is getting pushed back into his face, and Daniels tries to go long to Scary Terry even though he's well guarded, missing his tight end across the middle that would have kept them ahead of the chains. And the last thing to mention is that he could still do with some improvement protecting his body. Now, he's definitely gotten better with sliding compared to his college days, where he seemed to think he was in a video game, but there are still plays where he'll extend for too long and take a hit. I want him standing in to deliver. Those hits, sometimes you just gotta take them, but exposing your body in the NFL to unnecessary brutality is a quick way to miss time. A rookie season for the ages, Jayden Daniels announced his presence with a thunderous season, finally giving Washington fans something to root for after all these years. He's not without faults, and there are definitely areas that need some cleaning up, but overall, he looks ready for sustained success. Look for teams to use lots of sim pressures against him early in 2025, trying to give him the illusion of pocket pressure, but not sacrificing coverage guys that he showed he could fillet. The offense will also have to adapt in 25 as teams scout their RPO and screen game, and look for Cliff to go even more funky with formations. I have a feeling we'll be revisiting this wide double stack this year. One of the biggest backhanded compliments you can give Daniels is to say his 3 worst games of the season came against the Super Bowl champions. The problem is, they are in his division. Taking on the Eagles and trying to grab the crown of the NFC is no easy task, but this rookie looks like he's on for a very commanding future.